Roxamore Sports Network starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is Roxamore Sports Live here at Kiski area where we have a great game. It's a non-conference game with Woodland Hills playing the Kiski area Fighting Cavaliers. And we just had 2 runs by the Woodland Hills Wolverines that were called back. But Taylor Brooks just has a nice run during the game. It's a brisk night. The reception is bad here, so excuse us here at the network, but we are live, and I am Sam Timbers, and this is Craig Thomas.
Yes, we're live here. Great matchup going so far. It's been a defensive battle. Woodland Hills came out scored early in the second period, early in the first period, and scored an extra point. And we haven't seen much scoring since, other than the 2 consecutive plays that were called back for the Wolverines, which nullified 2 touchdowns. One by Will Clark, that was a 61-yard run. Then a second touchdown by Taylor Brooks that was about 70 yards. So right now, the Wolverines are driving. It's about first down and about 15-yard line. 15 yards to go on about the 40-yard line of the Cavaliers.
So it's 3:34 left, deep in the second quarter for the Woodland Hills Wolverines.
Monty Baylor gets the handoff. He goes off the left side for a gain of about 5 yards, 4 or 5 yards. Looks like Will Clark, on a carry.
Will Clark trying to find some running room over the left side of the line. He's hit quickly by a host of Fighting Cavaliers, which makes it's a gain of 3, which makes it second
down
and 12 for the Woodland Hills Wolverines.
So the Wolverines come out, shotgun formation, 2 wide receiver set. Snap was a little off, looked like they're going deep, and it has a receiver, and he catches the ball and is pushed out at about the 3-yard line. Great pass and a great play. Great catch.
Scipio with that catch.
That's a nice pass
Nice reception
by Williams. Throws it deep.
34 yards.
Gain of 34 yards for the Woodland Hills Wolverines, what makes it first and goal from the 3 with 2:48 left. Deep in the second quarter. They're knocking at the door.
That was a great reception, great grab by Scipio there. Great pass, great execution by the Wolverines. Let's see what they can do to punch the ball in. Shotgun formation, we have jet sweep motion and a handoff to the running back and to Taylor Brooks, and we have another penalty on the play. So this would be the third touchdown taken off the board on this one drive for Taylor Brooks.
Touchdown. There's a flag on the play.
There is a lot of laundry in the second half.
Take a look.
And just on this drive, particularly, that we've seen the flag about 5 times, and they call it holding against Woodland Hills. That was a creative play as they ran the jet sweep and the cross action too as well. And so Taylor Brooks found daylight, but again, flag on the play. So it's 1st and goal from the 13 for Woodland Hills Wolverines.
I'm not sure that Sam, that I've ever seen 3 touchdowns in one drive called back for penalties. Let's see if the Wolverines can overcome it. Williams is back to pass. He has a receiver, and he hits him. And the receiver drops the ball in the end zone. It was a great pass, great execution, except for the catch.
I like the call, the quick slant for Amari Daniels, and the ball hits him right in his hands. It would have been points on the board. And so that was the incompletion. I like this Williams. I like the way he throws the ball. Has a live arm, as we say. It makes it 2nd and 13 for the Woodland Hills Wolverines.
For the visitors.
So 2nd down and goal from about the 13-yard line. Hands off to Amani Bailey off the left side. Will Clark off the left side, that is, again. Steps to a hole, and he's taken down right outside of the 10-yard line.
Will Clark bursts over the left side. Hop steps, jump cuts, make a move. Finds a little bit of daylight. Finds a crack. That's a gain of 3. That makes it 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line for the Woodland Hills Wolverines.
So we'll see. The offensive play calling has been a little bit better this game for the Wolverines. They've been mixing it up. Let's see what they come up with on 3rd down. Shotgun formation, hands off. Looks to Will Clark up the middle, taken down at about the 5-yard line. This may be 4-down territory for the Wolverines.
There's no doubt about it. This is 4-down territory here. So Clark's trying to find running room in between center and guard. A-gap.
The 6-yard line, 4th
gets
down.
grabbed at the 6-yard line. It's a long 5 for the Woodland Hills Wolverines.
And the Wolverines are lining up. They're going for it.
Shotgun formation, 3-wide receiver set. Williams rolls out to the right, and he tries to keep the ball, and he's taken down. There he is, the 10-yard line by the Cavaliers. Great play by the Cavaliers.
They try to run Williams out to the right side with everybody in front of him.
Williams on the keeper could not
turn the corner. As the Fighting Cavaliers shut it down. The blue shirts. It's a turnover on downs. 1st and 10. The Fighting Cavaliers.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen a different play call there. Maybe a little trickery, a little deception there. The Cavaliers were ready for that play. They scouted well, and they were ready for it. With 1 minute and 22 seconds left on the clock, the Cavaliers take over deep in their own territory, trailing the Wolverines 8-0 here at Kiski Area Stadium. Looks like the first run was off to the left side for about a 7-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd down and 3 for the Cavaliers.
Carter on the stop for the white shirt.
That was Carter on the stop. 2nd and 3
for the Fighting Cavaliers.
We're under
52 seconds left in the game.
Yep, we're under 1 minute here at Kiski Area Stadium, live on Roxamore Sports. Again, once again, sorry for the delay. We had some technical difficulties, but we're up and running now live. Looks like a short gain here. Be 3rd down and about 1. A run off the left side.
Punches the ball
Smith gives it to Lander over the left side.
Short of the stick.
As he bursts his way out, trying to find the lane, the line of game for the Fighting Cavaliers. That makes it 3rd and 1 as the clock is running down 15-14.
So it looks like the Cavaliers are content to go to halftime just down by 8. It doesn't look like they're in any hurry to snap the ball. So that will be it for the first half here. Thank you for joining us. Once again, sorry for our delay and our technical difficulties. We're live here at Kiski Area Stadium on Roxamore Sports.
This is Roxamore Sports Live, and we'll be right back.
Woo! So the only score was by Deontay Williams, right? When he scored that first touchdown, he scored the touchdown.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he scored the touchdown. Deontay Williams, the quarterback. Remember when he broke off the right side, down the sideline? And then Will Clark scored the 2-point conversion, right? And that's where we are right now, as far as the scoring is concerned.
Talking about the 3 touchdowns that was called back.
3 on one drive.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to introduce
Bearcats, the ball at their own 32.
This is Roxamore Sports Live, and we are here at Kiski area football stadium where we're witnessing a great game between Woodland Hills Wolverines and Kiski area Fighting Highlanders, where the score is 8-0 Woodland Hills. This is the Roxamore Sports halftime show, and I'm Sam Timbers here with Craig Thomas, and we witnessed a game where it's 8-0, but Woodland Hills could be up. They had 3 touchdowns called back on the same drive right before the half.
Yeah, that was, I've never seen anything like that. There was a 61-yard run by Will Clark. Then Talene Brooks had about a 70-yard play where he went down the left sideline. And then there was another play. The third one was about a 7 or 8 yard run into this right off the right side, where that was called back as well. So 3 penalties have cost the Wolverines a bigger lead here at halftime. But it's been a defensive battle. The first score in the first quarter was by Demetrius Williams, a quarterback down the right sideline. And then I think who was the second? The extra point was done by Will Clark, I believe so.
Yes, Will Clark on the extra point, which about to score the 8-0. And it was a nice run by Devontae Williams as he got around to the right side and eluded some tackles, took it in for the touchdown. And that's where we are at now at halftime. Woodland Hills 8, Kiski area 0. And we want to excuse ourselves for the mishap, for the technical difficulties that we are starting here now. And it was because, not of our fault, but we are here live. This is Roxamore Sports. I'm Sam Timbers. This is Craig Thomas, and we are here. This is a non-conference game at the Kiski area where Woodland Hills is 0-6 and trying to get off the snide to get a win. And Kiski area are fighting for their playoff lives with a record of 3-3.
Right. So this is a critical game for both teams. Woodland Hills definitely is trying to get off the snide. They've been in several games this year. They've had the lead throughout the second and third periods in several games. They just failed to finish. Tonight, their mantra is finish the game and close out and get a win. That's the mantra for the Wolverines. But as far as the Cavaliers, they're 3-3, and they're fighting for their playoff position and hoping to improve their position here. But it's an interesting game. It's been a defensive battle. A lot of penalties on the field tonight. It's a brisk, cool night here in Western Pennsylvania. We are live here on Roxamore Sports, and thank you for joining us.
Yes, and this is Cancer Awareness Month, and if you see there's pink being sprinkled around. And again, this is Roxamore Sports Live, and we'll be right back.
me, man. My Sound Wireless Delivery, the Line Edition.
This is Roxamore Sports live here at Kiski area high school football field where we're witnessing a great game between the Woodland Hills Wolverines and the Kiski area fighting Highlanders where the score is 8-0. Woodland Hills is up. This is the halftime show, and we have witnessed a couple touchdowns being called back in one quarter, deep in the second quarter for the Woodland Hills Wolverines. Also a great game out of LeBron Smith, the quarterback for Kiski area. Has a little bit of poise about himself, and Will Clark has exerted himself, number 8 for the Woodland Hills Wolverines, on both sides of the ball as well, Craig.
Yeah, so Josh Rollins, the 4-star recruit for the Wolverines, is out with a foot injury for the second consecutive game. So they look for some other Wolverines to step up. And on defense, Mr. Stubbs has played well. Will Clark has played well. And once again, for the Cavaliers, the quarterback here has played well, LeBron. And he's had a few drop passes, but he's orchestrated the offense well. They're just haven't cashed in on any drives, but we look forward to a great second half here at Cavalier Stadium here in Kiski area.
Also, these last few games, Woodland Hills Wolverines has been up at halftime, and then they have lost the game in the second half. It'll be interesting to see if they can finish 4 quarters of football here tonight.
Yeah, so walked around on the field a little bit and listened to what some of the players were saying, and they were talking about focusing on finishing the game. They've been in several games this year. They should have at least 3 wins so far this season, but they've been unable to hold the lead. Last week, they played a close game against West Allegheny. There were some questionable calls made down the stretch, and they weren't unable to convert on extra points. And so that was what really cost them the game, was not having a kicker. And right now they have a kicker that has come out. They had open tryouts for a kicking position, and they have a kicker, and he's a freshman, but he wasn't doing very well in pregame. So I haven't seen him attempt the extra point yet. But what do you think about the kicking game? They should be able to find someone, right?
They should be able to go to the soccer team or be able to create a kicker. As we see Deontay Williams doing the kickoffs, why don't they work with him for the field goal and extra points too as well? Maybe he can make some things happen. It was interesting last week when they were down inside the goal line that they didn't call for the field goal, and we had heard that the kicker wasn't there,
right.
So that's why they didn't make that call. But you should always have 1 or 2 or 3 a backup, and I'm sure we can find a kicker. I'm sure they can find a kicker in the school district. This is Roxamore Sports Live, and we'll be right back.
I can't wait. I'm very excited. No matter who I have to step in front of to get where I gotta go, I want to be the winner. I'm gonna do whatever I can, train as hard as I can to get there. It ain't gonna just be handed over to me. I expect the opponent to bring a challenge for me, and I expect to overcome that challenge. You know, I'm ready to go down here, ready to fight. You know, bygones be bygones, you know? Hey, I'm trying to come back with something too, you know? Trying to come back, represent for my city, for my home, my family, my fans, all that. Just going down there and working Formula A1 boxing. This is for you.
The fight coming up in Disney. Wow, just sitting back thinking about it. I think we all know that it's going to be a big event. It's set on a national stage. And I think the kid is going to do great. And the reason why I say that, because I know for a fact he has all the tools to win this thing. And I really think we're going to win. I don't think there's too many kids out there at his level right now that can really hang with him when he turns it up. So I look at it, it's a great road to Disney. I mean, I can't wait, and I'm very excited to get down there and get this ball rolling.
Outside of the ring, I like to say that Ron can be extremely focused. He is a kid who knows what he wants, and he goes after what he wants. Outside the ring, he has his own routine. He works out very, very tediously. He works out 6 days a week. You know what I mean? So even when he's not in the gym, it's almost like he's still in the gym. He goes to school. After school, he does his homework. After homework, I encourage him to read for a half hour. And then after that, he comes up here to the gym to work out. You know, his workout schedule is rigorous. You know, right now he trains really hard. He's very focused. He works out Monday and Tuesday at the gym. Wednesday he runs and does abs. Thursday he runs and then spars at the gym. Friday he runs again. And Saturday he runs and lifts weights. Sunday he wrestles. So outside of the ring, he's very focused. And he has a game plan and a regimen that I set for him that he follows. And I couldn't be more prouder. My father couldn't be more prouder of anyone.
I like the fact that he come here ripped and ready to work out. He come here determined to get his workout in. He come here, he's very focused and very dedicated on his craft and very dedicated on the things he need to do, the things that he need to work on. So, and he's very stern about it. And I just like the fact that he comes in, it's a no-holds-barred deal. Comes in and gets the job done.
I hope to be the greatest, you know. I'm humble, I don't gloat, you know, that's just not me, that's not who I am. But when it comes time to be competitive, I'm definitely competitive. I will always be a competitive person, and I will live it till the day I die. You know, I might not say, you know, I can knock everybody out, nah. But if you start saying you can just knock me out in general, I will get competitive for sure. You know, and you know, I have fun with it. I have fun with this sport. You know, I don't do it out of the hate or anger. I do it out of the love and to make peace with another person. You know, it's just to have the experience of, you know, being able to feel and just do things that you don't see most people can do. You know, it's just being in that ring is a whole different experience. It's just, and when you get in there, you're automatically a champion at all times, because not everybody has the guts to get in there. It's a different world inside the ring.
He's called the Lion because it's often said, even in the church, when we talk about the Lion of Judah, the lion represents the king. The lion represents someone who would never back down. He may not be the biggest animal in the jungle, but he believes he's the most fierce animal in the jungle. His belief level's through the roof. And when you look at a lion and what he represents someone who's walking into greatness, who was a part of greatness, who was part of that lineage, as they would say, that pack of wolves or what have you. You can't never hear someone say there's a pack of lions. They say there's a lion and there's a bunch of cubs. But the lion himself, I believe he likes the lion because not only because he loves the animal, but LaRon's a big lover of Jesus Christ, and Jesus one of the things that represents Jesus Christ is the lion and being the king. So LaRon wants to be just like his Lord and Savior. He wants to follow in his footsteps. And I believe that's one of the reasons, more of a spiritual tie to it than anything, because LaRon is a believer of God and of the Lord Jesus Christ. So I think that's the reason why we call him a lion, is because he loves the lion, and it represents king, it represents royalty, it represents greatness.
My support system is amazing. My dad, which is Coach Rock, my Coach Boo, greatest people on the planet. They've gotten me so far with this sport of boxing. I couldn't have done it without them. With the business side and the training side. They both took me places that I never thought I would even go so quickly within a year and a half, It's all happening so fast to where, I second guess sometimes if I'm ready for all of this, because, it's happening so quickly. I'm thinking, because most people usually don't get these kind of opportunities so quickly, but I do, and I say that's a message, that's a sign saying that, I'm going somewhere with this. I'm doing great things, They're helping me do great things, and I say they're gonna take me real far. They're gonna take me places I never thought I would even go.
This is Roxamore Sports here at the second half of an Allegheny 8 conference game where Woodland Hills versus Kiski area Fighting Islanders as they host the Woodland Hills Wolverines, and they start the first half first and 10 at the 50.
So it looks like a little misdirection play. Will Clark off the left side, so it gains out to about the 45-yard line. We are live here at Kiski area Cavalier Field where the Wolverines lead 8-0. Thanks for being here and joining us live on a brisk Friday night. Western Pennsylvania football, a non-conference matchup between Kiski area Cavaliers and the Woodland Hills Wolverines. Wolverines are 0-6, 0-5 in conference. The Cavaliers are 3-3. Shotgun formation. Back to pass. Williams is passed. Wide open receiver. And it looks like he's in for Pater. Touchdown.
Deontay Williams drops back at the 50. Quick slant to number 11 for the Woodland Hills. Gavin Yarborough on the reception takes it to the house. Fine pays dirt in the third quarter. Takes it to the house. 50-yard pass. Pitch and catch play for the Woodland Hills Wolverines.
Yeah, great play. No laundry on the field, so it looks like this one will stay on the board. Once again, we had 3 touchdowns called back on one drive late in the second period for the Wolverines. That was first time I've seen that, but the Wolverines look resilient. They come out second half, first drive, going for a 2-point conversion. Fakes the ball, hands off the right side. Touchdown. It looks like Talene Brooks on that.
That's the extra point conversion for Talene Brooks, number 9 for the Woodland Hills Wolverines. That makes the score 16. Kiski area 0 with 11-17 in the third quarter. And Mr. Thomas, it's a brisk night here. And what a play to call the quick slant and to find it wide open in the middle of the field for the first down. And third quarter is a pinnacle quarter in high school, in college, and in the pros in the game of football.
Yes, you come out from halftime and you have to see what adjustments have been made by the offense or both teams, see how they come out and how they defend the field and defend what the team has found success on in the first half. And it looks like the Wolverines saw something in that secondary. They came out with a slant pass and receiver was wide open and took it in for a score. So we'll see what adjustments the Kiski can make on their offense to come out and try to get back into this game as they trail Woodland Hills 16-0 with 11 minutes and 17 seconds here. We are live on Roxamore Sports. My name is Craig Thomas, Sweet Feet. Also with my cohort, Sam, the Lumberjack Timbers. You have a pink shirt on again tonight. So you want to talk to us a little bit about that pink shirt, sir?
Oh, you have one on as well, my brother, and it's for Cancer Awareness Month here in Western Pennsylvania in high school football. And so that's a big thing. That's a big to-do for this area, that we are in support of cancer survivors, all those who have survived that ugly C word, as we call it. And so you'll see it with the cheerleaders, you'll see it with the football players, you'll see it with some coaches, and us as well as color commentators on Roxamore Sports Live here at Kiski area, where Woodland Hills has just punched it in, took it down the field and opened it in the third quarter, 16-0, first and 10, Kiski area.
So the Wolverines have been in this position before throughout the season. Although they're 0-6, they have had to lead several games. We'll see if they can finish it. So Mr. Smith is back for the Cavaliers. He dumps the ball off to the right side, short pass, and receiver's taken down for a loss on the play.
LeBron Smith tries to rolls out, trying to find some under heavy pressure, throws a little dump 5 and out to number 5. Number 7, Brock Wilkins, and it was for a loss. That makes it 2nd and 11 for Kiski area.
There was that name again, Stubbs. Stubbs was on defense, and he actually started out as the starting quarterback for the Wolverines at the beginning of the season. Then he was injured and then went to defense, but I'm not sure why Stubbs was starting at quarterback. He's been a force on defense ever since he's been playing primarily defense.
Yeah, Stubbs has standed out for these past couple games, playing outside linebacker, and he is a stud. That Stubbs is a stud, and he's showing he's
Third down,
exercising
13.
himself.
So we have
That was Will Clark on the tackle, though, and he's exercising himself on both sides of the ball.
Yes, sir. So it's 3rd down and 13 for the Cavaliers. Williams rolls out to the left side, and he turns the ball upfield, and he makes a couple people
Smith
miss.
does a little dance here.
Smith is up the left
on that
sideline,
left side.
and he's out of bounds, short of the first down, so it's going to
Finally
bring up
brought
4th
down
down
by
and about
Brooks.
7 yards to go on 4th down.
Smith rolls out left, tries to find a receiver, was under some heavy pressure. Taylor Brooks and company for the Woodland Hills Wolverines.
4th down and
And he is
along 5.
tackled, and it's 4th down and long 5. And it looks like Kiski area is in punch formation, and Amon Bailey is the single set back deep.
Armani Bailey standing at his 25-yard
Snap is off.
line.
The punt is off. And it looks like a short punt, Peter, and it takes
It's a
a
nice Kiski
Cavalier
bounce.
bounce. Rolls down
rolls
inside the 20, inside the
down at
15, and about the
13-yard line
13-yard line where the Wolverines will take over on downs.
by Carter Dilts.
So that was a nice punt, and he got the nice roll. As Amani Bailey called fire.
punt, no return.
43-yard punt, no return. With 9:04 in the third quarter, Woodland Hills 16, Kiski area 0, 1st and 10 for the Woodland Hills Wolverines. Just outside, just inside the 14-yard line. 1st and 10, Woodland Hills Wolverines.
Yeah, so we'll see if they come out aggressive here, deep in their own territory. They'll be content with the 16-point lead. They want to milk the clock a little bit. So Williams is back deep, the quarterback, 4 wide receiver set. Shotgun formation. He hands the ball off to the left side to Will Clark, and he's taken down for a loss.
Clark tried to hit it inside first, penetration, tried to bounce the outside, was wrapped up, tackle for a loss.
With the penetration.
That was Matt Tooney on the tackle for the Kiski area Cavaliers, establishing the line of scrimmage. We called out blowing things up. He blew the play up in the backfield for a loss. That makes his 2nd and 15 for Woodland Hills.
Absolutely. That was a great defensive play by the Cavaliers. Have the Wolverines backed up deep in their own territory. Hand off the left side again, and more laundry on the field. Will Clark bounces all the way to the left side. Had the yardage to gain for 1st down, but once again, we have a flag on the play. So it looks like it's going to come back for the Wolverines.
At the 7-yard line.
Yes, we have seen a lot of laundry at the end of the 2nd quarter and now the beginning of the 3rd quarter. It always seems to happen when Woodland Hills has a nice run or a nice play, a nice effort from the running back position. Either it be Will Clark or it would be Taylor Brooks or it would be Devontae Williams from the quarterback spot. Whenever it happens to be a big play, and always we see some laundry on the field.
You can definitely see here that the Wolverines have overcome quite a few penalties to have a lead, but they're going to have to come up with a big play here. It's going to be in their own shadow of their own goal post. It's going to be a 2nd down and about 20 yards to go as they lined up in a shotgun formation out of their own end zone, and we have another penalty down. Good thing for the Wolverines because there was instant penetration there. Could have been a bad play for the Wolverines there.
Replay, 2nd down.
So it looks like half the distance to the goal, the illegal procedure on the Wolverines. So
Ball's on.
they should probably take a chance and let one go deep here, see if they can pick up that yardage or maybe get a penalty to pick up that 1st down.
It's 2nd in the country mile here for Woodland Hills as they are, as the goalposts, they're in the shadow of the goalposts. And so they have to get, it'd be interesting to see what they would call right now.
Shotgun formation, and he rolls out, Williams rolls out, and he tosses the ball forward. I'm not sure what the flag is going to be on the play. He was out of the pocket, so I'm not sure what the flag is going to be.
Yes, Deontay Williams, who was under heavy pressure as a host of Kiski Cavaliers, the blue shirts, fighting Highlanders, and Deontay is hit in the end zone, tries to get outside the pocket to get rid of the ball. They're called intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding. The result of the foul is a safety. It's a safety.
Looks like a safety, so it looks like the Cavaliers get on the board here.
So the Cavs are on the
Deontay
board.
Williams was under heavy duress there, rolled out to the left side, tried to get the ball out. Did a kind of a toss forward and didn't have a receiver in the area. So the score will be 16-2. The Wolverines will be kicking off to the Cavaliers here. We're early in the third quarter here. 8 minutes and 7 seconds left with the Wolverines have the lead, 16-2 over the Cavaliers.
So the Cavaliers punches their number onto the board with a safety as Deontay Williams tries to roll out and throw the ball away. It looked like he was outside the pocket, but the call is, since he was in the grasp in the end zone, that's a safety for the Cavaliers with 8:07 in the third quarter. 16 Woodland Hills, Kiski area 2, and so now with a safety, Woodland Hills has to do a free kick to the Kiski area Cavaliers, and that's number 5 back deep. Hutchinson in the single set, back deep.
Williams to punt the ball.
So Deontay Williams is punting the ball off. The Cavaliers should get good field position. They take the ball fair. It's a fair catch at about the 45-yard line, where the Cavaliers will start out.
Catches the ball at the 45-yard
8
line.
minutes and 6 seconds left on the clock.
Hutchinson calls a fair catch for Kiski area with no one around him, and so he could have got some field position for the Kiski area, but he called fair catch. That makes it 1st and 10 at the 45 for Kiski area.
35-yard.
So as you've seen before, the Wolverines have had the lead in the past. We'll see if they can hold out. Looks like the big blue go to a imbalanced line to the left, shotgun formation, and usually they run out of this. Mr. Williams rolls to the left, and Smith passes the ball. It's intended for number 4, incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
That was a pass by Smith for Brandon Dunbar, and the ball falls through his hands. Tries to find him coming out of the
For Woodland Hills, 2nd down.
a 5 and out. That makes it 2nd and 10 for Woodland Hills Wolverines.
The big K at their 45.
So LeBron Smith, we'll see what he can do here. 2nd down and 10. They're at about the 45-yard line. It's like a shift by number 73, offensive lineman for Brandon Lahorn Moore Jr. over to the left side. They try to run off that left side. It looks like plows his way for a gain of about 4 yards.
Yes, they do that. They do that where they shift the lineman and makes it off balance, and then they tend to run that way. So the defense has to read that key and understand that it's coming that way. That's a big guy, that number 73.
Looks like it's a gain of 3. But yeah, Brandon Lahorn Moore, he's 6'5" and 300 pounds. So he's a very large individual. But they weren't able to get much running room over there. But the Cavaliers break the huddle. They go to the unbalanced line once again. Brandon shifts over to the left side, shotgun formation. They hand off going over the left
Lander
side.
trying to bounce outside.
Landon bounces to the outside, and he's ushered out of bounds at about the 50-yard line, close to the first down yardage.
Yes, that was a great play as he bounced to the outside as the big lineman shifts over and they go unbalanced, number 73. And the line of game was gotten by Lander, which makes it 1st and 10 for Kiski area at the 45 of Woodland Hills. That was number 7 for Woodland Hills, who made the tackle.
Looked like a pretty generous spot there by the referee there. So it looks like the Cavaliers go unbalanced line to the right side now, shotgun formation, pistol formation. Smith rolls out and he drops the ball off to the receiver, and it's to Wilkins for a loss of about 5 yards on the play.
Draws a lot of
Complete
white
pass
shirts.
for about 5-yard loss.
Meredith leading the charge.
Yes, it was a 5-yard loss, and Smith tries to dumps it over the defender.
Second down, 16.
Meredith in there on the play for Woodland Hills Wolverines. Stubbs in there on the play for Woodland Hills Wolverines.
He's been a valuable player, most valuable defensive player all night.
As
Mr. Stubbs has been playing well tonight.
That makes it second.
The Blue Boys at their own 49-yard line.
16 for Kiski area.
6 minutes and 29 seconds left on the clock and running. Shotgun formation. Handoff to the running back off the left side. He breaks through. Landon breaks through a crowd. And he gains about 6 yards, about 5 yards on the play, bringing up a third down. It looks like about 11 yards to go here.
That's Brandon Dumar on the carry. 6'2", 195-pound halfback. Tries to find running room over the left side. Makes it 3rd and 11 for the blue shirts. Kiski area Fighting Highlanders.
So 5 minutes and 51 seconds left here. We are live on Roxamore Sports on this cool night, Friday night, under the lights. And it looks like the Wolverines, we have laundry on the floor, on the field. The Wolverines have jumped off sides, so it's going to bring up a third down and about 7 yards to go for the Cavaliers.
The Cavaliers get the Woodland Hills Wolverines to go off sides on the hard count on a flinch by the quarterback, LeBron Smith. And it makes it a manageable 3rd and 6 now instead of it being 3rd and 11. You have to be disciplined.
Discipline. So we're about 5 minutes here to go in the third period. This may be 4-down territory here for the Cavaliers. Shotgun formation, handoff over the right side, and the running back breaks a few tackles and finds a path and breaks through, gets the first down outside of the 30-yard line.
That's Luke Lander, number 6 in there on the carry as he bursts over the right side. Just a full hit of steam will not be denied. Gets the line of gain. That makes it 1st and 10 from the 31 with 5:02 left. Woodland Hills 16, the Fighting Highlanders 2, but they're on the drive.
So I'd like to see the Cavaliers go through and maybe try to get some points on the board and tighten this game up. But we'll see if the Wolverines can bring some pressure on defense to shut down this attempt here. Shotgun formation, a handoff off the left side again. Running back has room. Landers finds room. They found something they like. They're going with a heavy formation, and looks like they're content with running the ball at the Wolverines here in the second half.
Yes, they're going with their big package. And they're just running right and left. Each lineman is flip-flopping number 73 and also number 76, I believe, is flip-flopping. And Landers is running hard off the right and left side. We have a timeout, Woodland Hills, with 4:20 left, deep in the third quarter. Woodland Hills 16, Kiski area Fighting Highlanders 2.
So 16-2 here, live at Cavaliers Stadium, with the Wolverines leading the Cavaliers here. But the Cavaliers have come out. Content with running the football. And the Wolverines are going to have to blitz or do something into this run game.
Woodland Hills is going to have to do a run blitz or something of that nature to be able to combat the running game at this time. And so Woodland Hills is doing a good job coming out in the third quarter and doing sustaining, punching it in. But now the Kiski area Fighting Highlanders is trying to answer that with their drive of their own. Woodland Hills have to come up with a run blitz or something of that nature. They have to read the keys because all they're doing is flip-flopping the offensive tackles to run an off-balance line, and they're running that way.
Back to the action.
But also they have to look out for a pass play because they have been running the ball successfully. They have a big wide receiver, Jason Baker, who's 6'8", 170 pounds. The Cavaliers come out with Lander off the right side again, and a gain of about 8 yards inside the 15-yard line.
Lander toast the ball down inside the 15. That's a nice gain on first down for the Cavaliers, which makes it second and 3 for the Fighting Highlanders. Deep in Woodland Hills territory in the red zone.
So it looks like under 4 minutes left on the clock here at Kiski area stadium, where the Wolverines lead 16-2. But the Big Blue is on the march here. Shotgun formation, handoff up the middle. And he drives down. Lander drives, takes a host of defenders with him, refuses to go down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. First and goal for the Cavaliers.
This Lander is running very hard right now as they flip-flop the tackles. They run to the off-balance line, either if it's to the left or to the right, and it's all Landers on this drive. And this is eating up a lot of the clock in this third quarter with 3:19 left, 16 Woodland Hills, Kiski area 2, and it's first and goal from about the 8-yard line for Kiski area.
So Mr. Smith hands the ball off to the right to Landers once again. Short gain on this play. Only to about the 5-yard line, where it's going to bring up second down and goal from the 5-yard line.
That was a gain of 3. That was Taiwan Milton in there on the tackle. That makes it second and goal outside the 5 for Kiski area. Got 2:37 left in the third quarter. Woodland Hills 16, Kiski 2. Second and 5. Second and goal from the 5.
So I look out for a pass. You got this tall receiver, Jason Baker, over the left side, but they're content when handing the ball off, and they're bottled up at about the 6-yard line. So it's going to bring up a third down and goal.
Lander stood up this time by Stubbs in there on the play. Stood him up. It's a loss on the play.
Housing on the right side.
That makes it third and goal from the 6 for Kiski area.
So if I was the Wolverines, I would be aware of the big receiver, Jason Baker, who's 6'8", 170 pounds. It would be easy to throw a ball up to that receiver and see if he can win a jump ball. So they come out, they shift to unbalanced to the right. What they've been doing is running out of that. So we'll see what they do here. Shotgun formation, fakes a handoff. Quarterback rolls left. He looks for a receiver. Smith turns up, cuts inside of a couple tacklers, and he's taken down at about the 3-yard line.
Smith rolls out as my co-host called a pass play out of it, and that's what they tried to run. But everybody was well covered, and Smith takes it and tucks it. And Amani Bailey comes up, number 4 for Woodland Hills, and makes the stop. And we have fourth and goal from the 2 for Kiski area, and it looks like they're staying in, they're keeping the offense in.
So the Wolverines have to be careful, be disciplined, stay on side. Cavaliers, we'll see what the play call is. Shotgun formation. Hands the ball off to the left side. Lando, and he stopped in the ball. He fumbles the ball. I'm not sure if he was rolled down, but he was rolled short of Pater. Looks like a turnover on downs. Stopped by the Wolverines.
It was fourth and goal from the 2, and Kiski area decides to go for it, and it was stopped by the Woodland Hills Wolverines defense as Landers trying to punch his way in, but it's first and 10 for the Woodland Hills Wolverines as they are in the goalpost shadow. Cavaliers are denied.
Looks like the Wolverines take over here just with the ball outside of the 1-yard line. So far, we've seen some good offense, but we've also seen some good defense. The Cavaliers moved the ball here in the second half. They went to a complete heavy formation. They've come out with all of their large man power, and they've run unbalanced line left, unbalanced line right. Lander's been the workhorse. They've driven the ball down the field, but they were unable to punch it in and reach Pater. So the Wolverines take over.
Yes.
Okay, our Cavaliers have a couple of home dates left.
They did go with the big package, and they was flip-flopping the big offensive tackles, number 73 and number 76. As they was flip-flopping them, that was a tendency. They was running that way, and when it came down to 4th and 2 from the goal line, the defense stood up. Sometimes the D has to bend but not break, Mr. Thomas.
So we'll see what the Wolverines can do to get from under the shadow of their own goalpost here. Last time they were down, they surrendered a safety.
Inside their 1 yard line.
Due to Mr. Williams tried to roll out and intentional grounding was called. So they come out in a 3 wide receiver set, shotgun formation. Amani Bailey's off the left side. He's wide open. He has one man to beat. He's running down the sideline. He cuts back. Will Clark cuts in. He's gone. He's gone to the house. He's at the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown for Will Clark. Great run. No laundry on the field. Great run by Will Clark.
That's a great run by Will Clark. That's a 98-yard touchdown by Will Clark as he received the handoff deep in his end zone. 99-yard run for Woodland Hills. That makes it 22. Woodland Hills 2. Kiski area Fighting Highlanders. What a great run. And again, as you alluded, no laundry on the field.
So that was a great play call. They found something over the left side. Will Clark broke open into the open field. He had one man to beat about the 50-yard line. He made a move, cut back to the inside, got the ball down to about the 20, the 10, and just took it in for Pater. That was a great run. 99-yard touchdown by Will Clark. Wolverines going for 2 here. Looks like the ball is thrown, a quick slant to the left, and it does look like it was incomplete. But the Wolverines lead here, 22-2 over Kiski area Cavaliers here at Kiski area Stadium.
Woodland Hills 22.
I'm live here with my cohort, Sam, the Lumberjack Timbers, and the Wolverines are leading right now. So what have you seen?
What I've seen is Woodland Hills should be up by a few more touchdowns, but with the laundry on the field, it's Woodland Hills opposing himself with the running game, and Will Clark has gotten better and better and better as each game has come along, and now he's opposing his will as he takes it 99 yards as he makes a nifty move right around the 30 to elude a defender and finds pay dirt. And so Woodland Hills 22, Kiski area Fighting Highlanders 2. They are the hosts, and Woodland Hills has came into their house, and they are opposing themselves right now. But this is deep in the third quarter, and they have to finish.
So that was the mantra for the Wolverines today as I was on the field listening to players talk, and they were talking about finishing the game tonight. They set a goal to come out and try to put forth an effort to finish the game and try to get a victory. The Cavaliers have showed some movement of the football at some point in time during the evening, but they have been unable to punch the ball in for Pater. The kick is off. It's a squib kick taken by the Cavaliers at about the 30-yard line, and he sheds a couple of tackles, and he's up to Brandon Dunmeyer. He's up to about the 43-yard line where the Cavaliers will come out and take over.
So that'll make it 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers. Just around about the 40, 45-yard line, just outside the 45-yard line. 7-yard return by Dunlap. It's 19 seconds left. 22, Woodland Hills 2, Kiski area Fighting Highlanders at the Cavalier Stadium.
So that was a great run once again by Will Clark. They were in the shadow of their own end zone on the 1-yard line. He took it over the left side for a 99-yard touchdown. No laundry on the field. So that's where we stand right now with the Wolverines leading 22-2. Earlier in the game, we had 3 touchdowns called back for the Wolverines on one drive. But they were unable to punch it in, but they stayed the course and they continue to fight. And right now they have a good lead here at Kiski area Stadium. We're down to the end of the third quarter.
Visitors up by 20.
It's the end of the third quarter. We're Woodland Hills 22, Kiski area 2, and that was a nice stop at the end of the third quarter by Stubbs and Milton and Carter, and Stubbs has been opposing his will as well. This is Roxamore Sports Live, and we'll be right back.
8:34 p.m. Gates open at 8:30.
Roxamore Sports Live. We are here in the fourth quarter against the Woodland Hills Wolverines and the Fighting Highlanders of Kiski area.
Lander.
We have a great game. We're 22, Woodland Hills, Kiski area 2. We just see Will Clark taking 99 yards to the house. And now it's 1st and 10.
Julius Brown on
Kiski
the
area, just over the 50-yard line in Woodland Hills territory.
So Will Clark has had 2 great runs tonight. One was called back, a 60-yard touchdown.
8-yard gain
And then
for the Cavs.
this last one was 99 yards. Showed a lot of, he showed some power, he showed some speed, agility, was able to cut back on the last defender and make a move and take the ball into for a touchdown. Wolverines are leading here by 20 points here at Cavalier Stadium. Live Friday night, under the lights, Roxamore Sports. Thank you for joining us. A great ball game here where the Wolverines are fighting to get their first victory this season, and the Cavaliers are fighting to better their playoff position. They have a 3-3 record. We've seen a little bit better play calling for the Wolverines. The defense has definitely showed up for the Wolverines tonight.
Yes, the defense has came to play. This is a non-conference battle between each other, but you can't tell by how the game is being played. So it's 2nd and 10 for the Fighting Highlanders.
So we have a quarterback change here for the Cavaliers. Looks like number 17 is there for the Cavaliers. And that would be Thomas Burke for the Cavaliers. Hands the ball off. And we have actually have a penalty on the play. Looks like the penalty is going to be against the Wolverines, a personal foul. So once again, more laundry on the field. Another call against the Wolverines. So this is going to put the ball at about the 31-yard line for the Cavaliers here.
Yes, Woodland Hills has been known to shoot themselves in the foot, getting those type of penalties, and those type of penalties can be costly in a game. That makes it 1st and 10, as you said, at the 31 for the Fighting Highlanders. So it's a hand off to Burke off the right side.
Plows straight ahead. Some good yardage.
Don't know why they had a quarterback change. I don't know if the quarterback, LeBron Smith, got hurt on that last play with the personal foul.
Bring up a 2nd down.
The one before.
And
but they had a quarterback change. Maybe they're trying to spark something in their offense.
So they have Thomas Burke at quarterback once again. So they come out in the shotgun formation. Single receiver set.
Big K.
Looks like an unbalanced to the right. Handoff to the running back going left. To McCann going to the left for a short gain of about 2 yards.
Yes, that's Peyton McCann, and he's a new running back in there too as well. Number 35. I guess they might be giving their young guys some action late in the 4th quarter. But he is stacked up as he trips up, as he gets the handoff, and he is tackled by a host of Woodland Hills Wolverines.
So we're under 10 minutes here at Kiski Area Stadium, live on Roxamore Sports, with myself, Craig Thomas, and my co-host Sam, the Lumberjack Timbers, with the Wolverines lead 22-2. And
Burke,
the Cavaliers are driving inside the 30-yard line of the Wolverines.
Stubbs makes a stop.
3rd down. It's going to bring up a short gain on 3rd down. It's going to bring up 4th down and about 3 yards.
3-yard gain.
Yes, Burks gets the handoff, tries to find running room over the right side. And Rodney Stubbs pitches down inside and makes the tackle. And so that makes it 4th and 3 with 9:15 left. Woodland Hills 22, Kiski area 2. This is Roxamore Sports Live here at Cavaliers Stadium in Vandergrift, PA. WPL Western Pennsylvania football Friday Night Lights.
Once again, Thomas Burke at quarterback for the Cavaliers. We have laundry on the field.
5 yards. Offensive penalty. Move it back.
So it's a 5-yard illegal procedure penalty on the Cavaliers is going to back them up, make it a 4th down and an 8 yards to go. Needless to say, the Cavaliers, if they have any hope of pulling this one out, this is important. This could be the ball game.
This is a significant drive for them that they would have to get the line of the game to keep it moving with 8:41 left in the 4th quarter. Woodland Hills 22, Kiski area 2.
4th and 8. Cavaliers.
Burke is back at quarterback, shotgun formation. And we have another stoppage in play. Looks like we have a timeout on the field for the Kiski area Cavaliers.
So we have a timeout with Kiski as they had some, they were running the off balance, but it looked like they had a little bit of mix-up. So the coach just called timeout because, as we just alluded to, this is very important right now on this drive, with it being 8:29 right now, deep in the 4th quarter. Woodland Hills up by 20 points right now. So they don't want to have no mishaps. They want to get the right play in for the line of the game to keep this drive going.
So this is a very critical drive for the Cavaliers. They need to get some points on the board here to tighten up the score, make it a closer ball game. Once again, the Cavaliers have moved the ball well all night, but they've been unable to punch it in. The Wolverine defense has come out stout and up to the task for tonight. But I would look for some type of a trick play here. Maybe the Cavaliers will look to throw the ball to Jason Baker again. He's lined up wide on the left side of the field. Burke is at quarterback, shotgun formation, fakes the ball, he rolls off to the right, and he looks, and he has a wide open receiver, and he overthrows him, wide open.
The number you just called, number 2, Jason Baker, was wide open, and he overthrew the receiver. And so now it's turnover on downs for the Woodland Hills Wolverines. 8:24 left in the 4th quarter, 22-20. It will behoove Woodland Hills to have a drive to eat up the clock and to take this game out. But we have seen Will Clark can take it to the house, 99 yards on 1 carry.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened on that play, but the Cavaliers had a wide open receiver. Jason Baker, I'm not sure what even happened to the defender. He wasn't even within 10 yards of him. And Thomas Burke, he overthrew the receiver, and as a result, it was a turnover on downs. So Wolverines come out, and we have motion here by Talene Brooks, and more laundry on the field. It's going to back the Wolverines up by 5 yards. We starting out 1st down and 15 yards to go on about their 25-yard line.
And if Talene Brooks would have just kept moving, it would have been a motion, but when he stopped, it made it a false start. So now that makes it 1st and 15 instead of 1st and 10. So they would have to draw a play up to make it manageable, a 2nd down.
So the Wolverines come out in the 3 wide receiver set, shotgun formation. Hands off over the middle. And it looks like Amani.
This is Brooks carrying the ball.
Talene Brooks over the right side. Up to around the 39-yard line. It's going to be close to a 1st down. Close to 1st down yardage.
Looks like it might be a 1st down.
So
Talene Brooks gets the handoff with the crossbuck action, and he's the 2nd back through. Versus over the right side, finds some daylight, eludes a tackler, gets the line of game. That makes it 1st and 10 for the Woodland Hills Wolverines, just outside their own 40-yard line.
We're under 8 minutes here at Kiski area stadium, where the Wolverines lead the Cavaliers 22-2. Will Clark takes the handoff and is taken down immediately at about the 41-yard line for no gain on the play. It's going to bring up the 2nd down, 10 yards to go.
Yes, so this is Roxamore Sports Live. I am Sam the Man Timbers, a.k.a. the Lumberjack, with my co-host Craig, CT Express, Thomas, Sweet Feet the Legend, and we're live at Kiski Area Stadium, where we have a game where Woodland Hills is winning by 20 points, 22-2, with 7:02 left in the game. 2nd and 10, Woodland Hills.
Shotgun formation, we have a handoff to Jeffrey Williams around the left side, and he is pushed out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. But once again, laundry on the field.
Once again, laundry on the field.
Denmark on pursuit. Part of the foul, we're playing. That's a penalty against Woodland Hills.
So once again, it's going to be a penalty against Woodland Hills. It's going to back them up.
Now that makes it second and a country mile
That's going to move the ball back to
here
the
for the Woodland Hills
28-yard line.
Wolverines. It's at the 28-yard line. And so, again, Woodland Hills has shot themselves in the foot. That makes it second and 21.
One thing's for sure, Sam, all the laundry we've seen on the field tonight, the uniforms aren't dirty because they're playing on turf, but we definitely know the flags will be, right?
Yes, they would be.
Brooks.
So it looks like Talene Brooks is off to the races. He's down the sideline to the left side for a touchdown for the Wolverines, and there is no laundry on the field.
For the Woodland
So
Hills.
Talene Brooks gets it, bursts over the left side, finds some daylight, and outruns everybody to the fan painter here deep in the fourth quarter. 72-yard run by Talene Brooks, number 9. That makes it Woodland Hills 28, Kiski area 2, and here's for the 2-point conversion.
Once again, the Wolverines have to go for 2 because, they don't. They bring their kicker out. This is their freshman kicker. We talked about it earlier. They had an open tryout, tried to get someone to come out and kick, and so they're going to attempt an extra point here, and the snap is high. And it looks like Williams is off. He throws the ball, and the ball is incomplete into the end zone. So I guess this experiment with the kicker for the Wolverine continues. The kicker was off. He was set, but now the snap was high. So once again, they had open tryouts for a kicker because of their last week game. They lost
So the PAT
as a result of not being able to kick a PAT, but the kick is no good, not even attempted. So we'll see what happens maybe in the next score.
I spoke a little bit early too soon when I said a 2-point conversion. Surprised us is bringing the kicker out, as my co-host has alluded that they had been practicing with a freshman kicker, and so the ball was high, so he never got a chance. But that leaves it at the score right now here at Kiski area, Cavalier Stadium, Woodland Hills 28, Kiski area 2, with 6:40 left in the fourth quarter.
So this is Craig Thomas and Sam, the Lumberjack Timbers, live on Roxamore Sports here Friday night under the lights. And right now the Wolverines lead 28-2. And we've seen some big plays here tonight by the Wolverines. We've seen some big plays, and we'll be right back here on Roxamore Sports.
This is Roxamore Sports Live, and we are here in Vandergrift, PA, where we're witnessing a great game in the Allegheny 8 between the Woodland Hills Wolverines and the Kiski area Fighting Highlanders, where Woodland Hills just had punched it in. Talene Brooks took it 72 yards. That makes it 28 Woodland Hills, Kiski area 2 with 6:40 left in the fourth quarter.
So it looks like a pooch kick here. Cavaliers field the ball about the 48-yard line and return it to about the 47-yard line of Woodland Hills, where they'll take over on play. 6 minutes and 38 seconds left here at Cavalier Stadium. The Wolverines are leading 28-2. They came out with the scoring drive first quarter and really haven't looked back since. The Fighting Blue has moved the ball pretty well up and down the field, but they've been unable to punch it in. So they're going to need some big plays here. if they want to get back into this game. Shotgun formation, Burke is back to pass. He tucks the ball down and he runs up the middle for a gain of about 4 yards on the play.
And picks up about 4 yards.
Burks tucks it in, picks up about 4 yards. In there on the tackle was Amani Bailey
down.
for Woodland Hills Wolverines, which makes it a 2nd and 6.
2nd down and 6.
So, Sam, we've seen some big plays here by the Wolverines tonight with touchdowns of 72 yards, 99 yards, and 60 yards. So they've shown some big play capability. But on the other side, the Big Blue have struggled. They moved the ball well at times, but they've been unable to punch it in.
Left side,
that stout Wolverine defense looked good tonight. Looks very good defense.
Good luck.
Woodland Hills, when they had to stand up on defense, and they had a 1st and goal out here at the 3, and they stopped them from punching it in. And so the defense has stepped up, you know, with the mantra, we bend but we don't break kind of defense on tonight.
So the Wolverine defense shows up and really has pitched a shutout tonight. The only points that the Cavaliers have gotten was on a safety where the Wolverines were pinned deep in their own territory, and the quarterback rolled out and tried to get rid of the ball and was called for intentional grounding. Looks like a pitch off to Burke, pitches the ball off to the right side for a good gain. It looks like a 1st down for the Cavaliers. So it looks like the Blue are on the march here. Late in the 4th quarter with 5 minutes, 13 seconds left.
For the 1st down.
Burrett pitches to McCann, with the option for the 1st down. Taiwan Milton, number 15 for Woodland Hills Wolverines, makes the stop, but not after the line of game. Makes it 1st and 10 from the 31 for the Blue Shirts.
So tonight we've seen some big plays. We've had some great defense by Rodney Stubbs on the Wolverine side. On the offensive side, we've seen some great offense by Will Clark. So if I had to pick a MVP for the offense for the Wolverines tonight, it would be Will Clark. He showed some big play capability. And for defense, what do you think for defense?
Defense has to be Rodney Stubbs. He just made that tackle just as we're speaking just now as he darted inside from that outside linebacker defensive end position and tracked the play down and made the stop. Makes it 2nd and 10 for the Fighting Highlanders.
So the Cavaliers come out in shotgun formation with Thomas Burke at quarterback. He hands the ball off over to the right side.
Hands to McCann.
To McCann for a gain of about 3 yards. So it's going to bring up
a yard.
2nd down and about 8, a short 8 or a long 7.
That was number 20 for Woodland Hills. Hulock in there on that tackle, shot right in. Looked like he was shot out of a cannon. Made that tackle, which makes it 3rd and 8 with 4:03 left in the game. Woodland Hills 28, Kiski area 2 here in Vandergrift, PA at the Cavalier Stadium.
Cavaliers come out with short count, shotgun formation. Burke throws a wobbly pass and is taken in by Hutchinson at about the 10-yard line. He breaks a few tackles and goes backward to about the 13-yard line.
He threw a wounded duck, but the receiver was able to gather himself, come back to the ball, make the completion, Burke to Hutchinson, and that makes it 1st and 10. Yes, it moved the sticks.
We're at the Woodland Hills 13-yard line.
At the Woodland Hills 13-yard line.
3 minutes and 25 seconds left on the clock here. Big Blue is on the move here. Hands the ball off to the right side. McCann is taken down at about the 7-yard line.
McCann puts his hands down and blasts from the 15 down to the 9-yard line, finding running room over the right side of the line.
Bring up a 2nd down and
Makes
6.
it 2nd down and 6 with 2:58. Woodland Hills 28, Kiski area 2. The Blue is on the drive.
We're under 3 minutes left on the clock. The Cavaliers shift to the unbalanced line left. Shotgun formation. Hand the ball off to the left side to McCann. And he fights. Breaks a few tackles, taken down at about the 7-yard line.
7-yard line.
This is Roxamore Sports Live with 2:30 left in the fourth quarter, Woodland Hills 20,
Timeout. Official
Kiski
timeout.
area 2, and we have a timeout. And Kiski area is putting
Pick up a
together
3rd and
a
4.
nice drive late in the fourth quarter, just trying to play for some pride and punch one in, Craig.
Yeah, it looks like we have an injured player on the field. But right now, we'd like to thank you for joining us here on Friday night live at Roxamore Sports here at Kiski area, where Wolverines are leading the Kiski area Cavaliers 28-2. We had a difficult start today here at Roxamore Sports.
October
We had some technical difficulties where we were unable to get going, but we once got up. We're here live with you, enjoying a great football game by the Wolverines. But right now the Big Blues on the drive, and we'll be getting back to play here soon. We'll see if the Wolverines can continue, the defense can pitch a shutout, or if the Cavaliers can get one in for, just to make the game closer and have some pride and have something to build on for next game. I think it was last week, Sam. Mr. Timbers, you had a birthday?
Yes, my birthday was September 30th last week, and so I'm on vacation from work, and me and my wife went out of town and had a good time.
And 4 on the running
because
clock.
behind every good man is a good wife. And so we're back live here.
Absolutely. Thank you. Good to have you back, sir.
At the
Good to have you
Kiski
back.
area. And
So Burke drops back the pass, it looks like,
Burke
and he keeps the ball.
Tucks it, runs.
Tucks the ball, runs up the middle. It's going to be
Very
third
close
down.
to the first down.
Fourth down and about 1 yard to go here.
Just short.
At about the 5-yard line.
yes, and Woodland Hills
Fourth down.
brings in the beef right now. Try to shut this thing down to see, because just as the Kiski area Cavaliers want to punch in there for pride, Woodland Hills want to stop the drive too as well. That they don't want to let them in.
So we're under 2 minutes here at Kiski area Stadium. The Cavaliers are
Fourth
driving the ball,
down and
trailing
1.
the Wolverines 28-2. 4th down and 1. And the ball is taken off the right side. And it looks like he's going to be very close to the first down.
close.
But we'll see what the spot is here. We don't see any laundry on the field, so that's one thing that's promising. But we'll see what the referees decide. And it looks like a turnover on downs. The Wolverines have held the Cavaliers.
Looks like it's Woodland Hills making a stop.
So Woodland Hills brings in the beef, and they stop the Cavaliers on a 4th and 1.
So, the Wolverines take over on downs.
Woodland Hills Wolverines with a minute 24 left in the fourth quarter. Woodland Hills 28, Kiski area 2, 1st and 10 from their own 4.
First and 10 at
So
their
it
own
looks like
4-yard line.
hopefully the Wolverines will take, looks like they're in shotgun formation still. I'm not sure why they wouldn't go into victory formation and just take a kneel down and not take
Blue
any
wall
chances.
stands
But
them up
they
at
hand the ball off
the
on the
5.
right side, the 5-yard
Short
line.
gain, maybe a
Short
gain
gain
of
of
1.
1 or 2 here. The clock is running. We're heading towards 1 minute left on the clock. The Wolverines leading Cavaliers 28-2. And it looks like the Wolverines will get victory
Sean
here.
Reeves on that
Their first
carry.
victory, which will take their record to
Short
1 and
gain,
6
gain
for the
of
year.
1.
And they
Second
have something to build
down,
on.
9
Next week,
for the visitors,
they'll be at home
for the new quarterback.
against Seneca Valley. And live at the Wolverina, we'll be there with you to bring you that game. So come on out next week and join us live here on Roxamore Sports. And we'll be broadcasting the Wolverines as they'll try to put
That was
something
Gant on
together.
his carry.
And, maybe get a
for
win streak
Woodland
going late in the
Hills.
season.
And this is Woodland Hills first. This is Woodland Hills
Gain
first
of
win.
a couple.
So,
She takes the middle of the blue.
Kiski area 2, with the clock running down. The best
Ladies
formation,
and gentlemen,
as me and my co-host say, the victory formation. This is Roxamore Sports
that
live.
is our ball
Thank
game.
you for joining us at another great game
Final score,
tonight.
Woodland Hills Wolverines 28. Our
I think you
hometown
want to come out
Kiski
and do something
area
real quick.